All right, example 2, just like example 1, the total amount of savings account shown in a table. Determine whether the interest is being earned. Savings account and the interest being earned follows a linear, quadratic, or exponential function. So we'll just start out finding our differences. Here we go. So 530 minus 500 is 30. 561.80, so 561.8 minus 530 is what, 31.8, 31.8. And we just keep on going. I'll pause real quick. All right, there you go. And take a second to copy those down, that's fine, but you'll realize real quick that the first difference is not the same, so this is not linear. So let's try the second difference. 1.8 minus 30, 31.8 minus 30 is, well, that's 1.8. 33.7 minus 1.8, that's 1.9, yeah. And 35.7 minus 33.7 is 2.0. So that is awfully close. That's really close. So if we wanted to make a quadratic, we probably could. Just average those together and we'll go from there. But they told us to figure out which one's best. And so that's not perfect. Let's try the exponential real quick. So remember, the exponential, you're dividing. So we'll take 530 and divide it by the one previous, 500. And you get 1.06. We're multiplying by 1.06. Then if you divide 561.80 divided by 530, the one prior, you realize, oh, that's multiplied by 1.06. And keep on going. 595.51 divided by the previous one was 1.06. And wow, you found a pattern yet. Times 1.06. Okay? And so because the ratio is the same, since we're dividing, that we're looking for the ratio. Since the ratio is the same, this is exponential. Exponential, T-I-A-L. All right? So if you remember, your exponential equation that we're using is y equals a b to the x, where a is your start. So wherever x is 0, that's your starting point, and b is your ratio. Okay? In this case, the ratio is 1.06. So the starting point is 500, because that's where x is 0, so y equals 500. My ratio is 1.06, because that's what you got to multiply by to get to the next one, to the power of x. There you go. This one is exponential. Go ahead and pause. Try example. You try it number 2. All right, for you try it number 2. Same idea. The total amount of a savings account is shown on the table. Determine whether the interest being earned is linear, quadratic, or exponential. So again, this is a savings account. Because it's a savings, I can pretty much tell you right now it's probably exponential, but we're still going to run it through the paces. So 780 minus 750, that's 30. We went up 30. 810 minus 80, we went up 30. Oh, wow, I was completely wrong. 840 minus 810, that's 30. 870 minus 40 is 30. Very rarely is interest this way. But hey, we got the first difference was the same. So this is linear. Again, my 3 not working. Linear. So your equation for that one is y equals mx plus b. It's the standard math answer. So with m is your slope. M is how much you're changing. So it's the change in y divided by the change in x. So if you recall, this is my change in y, 30. My x, well, every last one of those is going up by 1, so my change in x is 1. So if I take my slope as, I'm really making this a little more overly complicated than it really sounds, but basically, you take your y, what's changing over there, and you divide it by what's changing x, which is 1. So in this case, m is 30. All right, so that's essentially what's going on. You could probably see that intuitively, not even have to write it down, but 30 divided by 1 is 30. So y equals 30 times x plus 750. Or B is your y-intercept. B is your starting point. So that's your answer on this one. There you go.